Oh, hey everybody. So I'm just bored hanging out and cooking a meal after I finally got my Walmart delivery in. I'm making, ground sirloin beef and beef hamburger patty. And the way I do things is different than most people. It may not be the most efficient way to do things, but it is what I do. So I am cooking a cheeseburger with some onions and peppers that I bought frozen in the oven. So first I put in this big heavy fully oven proof pan with this big lid. I put my onions and then I put the beef burger on top of that. Let me see if I can figure out a way to set this phone so y'all can watch. Here, I got some different various things I can try to do that with. I don't know if y'all can see that, but we're going to try it and see how it goes. So, let's brace it with that in case it decides to bracelet. I see that you can see. Okay, so I'm going to cook French fries with that as well. I have some frozen steak fries. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I hope I'm not being terribly loud. Anyway, first I'm going to put the meat portion in a piece of foil. But I got the oven heating up to 450. This is an old style, sort of 70s-ish type onion. Or I mean oven. Sorry, I was thinking about the food I'm preparing. That was so silly. Anyway, so these peppers and onions that I got sometimes come out a little. It's a little too much pepper or a little too much onion or whatever. But anyway, so I'm not putting a whole lot. It's a seasoning mix, so it's really just meant to add some flavor. One of the things I do is put all of my frozen foods that I've opened into freezer bags just to keep them extra fresh. Because freezer burn is real. Okay, and then, so there's a lot of grease in these burgers already. If I were using turkey burgers, I might add some olive oil. But since I am not, I'm using full-on beef burgers that are 73% or 85%. Dang, why did you get 85%? Oh, crud. I don't have my other phone either. I'll have to ask him later. I had my son go get these from Sam's Club, and apparently he got the wrong kind. I don't know if they just were out of the ones we normally get, but this is lower fat than I'm used to, but it's still probably higher fat than a turkey burger, and I'm not going to put any grease in on that. So I put garlic salt in the pan. It's not just plain garlic salt. It's got Tuscan seasoning with it's parsley. I don't know, and made with sea salt. Lowry's, but normally I get a Tuscan garlic. Anyway, I don't know. Things are different today. All right, so that's ready to cook. So then I make, my mom taught me this actually, back in the old days when people weren't as worried about things like carbon footprints. And yes, I know this is not the most efficient way to cook food, but what I do is I turn it up to 450 and let it heat up, and then I put the food in this and I put it in the oven, and then I turn the oven way down to like less than 150 degrees, as low as it'll go and still be on, because this will remain hot in there for a very long time. So now I am going to put some French fries in, and so that's not difficult. I generally just put the fries in there however I get them laid, and you know, not they're not going to come out like crispy French fries, but they will come out like done fries and fully cooked. And since I don't have teeth, it's easier for me to eat them when they're soft cooked. So I don't need very many. It's not like I eat big meals. I've always been taught to eat small meals throughout the day. Let's see if I have a large freezer bag for these fries. I do have a large bag for the fries. Cool. All right. Since I just ripped the bag open and didn't even care where it ripped. Plus, they don't make it resealable, which is really dumb. It's Ore-Ida. They could make it resealable. But anyway, I should probably be buying the generic version of this, but this is what Randy used to always get and liked, and I just haven't looked into getting something else yet because I've just been very busy trying to organize living without Randy. But okay, so I will put a little olive oil on those because they are not very greasy and I don't want them to be too dry. Just a little drizzle of olive oil in there, some regular salt, and then we make another little tent thing here. Little wrapping. There you go. So the oven is already fully preheated. And this old 70s oven, it's ready to cook the food. And I have a pan of water in there to keep things from getting dried out. So that is how I prep my food. I've not eaten. It's been all day. Okay, I'm back. I was not careful with the way I gripped the phone. Anyway, so food went in the oven. It looks like that just brought me right back here to where I was with no problems. So, all right, now I don't need the camera. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. Yeah, so for now, I am going to have some snacks, like maybe some cheese that my son left me. Yeah, I'm going to have some cheese that my son left me because he went to Sam's. And by the time I'm done with this cheese, then hopefully, I don't know, I usually cook things like this for about 45 minutes. And, you know, that's generally a good amount of time for it. All right. Well, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. You guys have a great night.